Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Terumot Perek Yud Aleph Mishnah Aleph. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss adding Teruma fruits to a fish brine, and we're going to see different times when you're adding, and it's really going to depend whether or not this is the fruits themselves are being ruined in the process, or is it something that's still edible. So, you're not allowed to go ahead and place devila as a fig cake, grogrot, or dried figs. You can't put them into this murias. Murias is a fish brine because you're ruining these figs. But you are allowed to go ahead and place the wine into the murias, right, into this fish brine. And it seems to be the difference over here because the figs themselves, right, they're enhancing the brine, but you can't eat them, right? You're ruining them. You're literally ruining those figs. But the wine itself, when you're adding it, right, it becomes part of the mixture, and you could still go ahead and drink that wine. You're just creating it into another product. And you're not allowed to go ahead and literally perfume the oil. So you would add these different spices into the into the oil. And why wouldn't this be allowed? And Rambam says because over here you're changing the flavor, of the oil, and you're literally taking it out of the category of oil, and you're turning it into an oil that the doctors would use for medicinal purposes. So it's no longer an oil, rather now it's a medicine that's no longer fit for eating, right? So you're not allowed to go ahead and do that, right? For with teruma oil. Right? But what or yenmelin, right? But what are you allowed to do? You're allowed to go ahead and take the wine and turn it into yenmelin. Yenmelin, Hanabam over here explains that it's a mixture of wine, honey, oil, and some peppers, right? And it's something that they would really use, drink back then. En mevashelin yain shel teruma. You're not allowed to go ahead and cook, right? You're boiling, right? Yain mevushal, right? This is what it is, right? You're not allowed to, oil teruma. You have wine that's teruma. Are you allowed to go ahead and turn that wine into yain mevushal? You allowed to boil that wine? So no, you're not allowed to, according to Tanakama, right? Because you're literally detracting from it. When you're boiling it, some of it's going to evaporate, and now you're causing the teruma to evaporate. You're getting rid of teruma, so you can't go ahead and do that. Seemingly, even though, at least according to Rambam, it's making it better, right? It's interesting, Rambam does point that out over here, that we're making it better. But even so, because you're detracting from the quantity and it's evaporating, you're not allowed. Rabbi Yehuda matir. Rabbi Yehuda allows because you're making it better. Right? So it seems like even Tanakama would agree that yes, you are making it better, but it's still not allowed because you're mamaitit, because you're actually evaporating some of it. Halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda. And I would just point out, though, it's interesting that we did speak about, it seems like over here that yain mevushal is potentially, sounds like it's better than wine that's non-mevushal. But, and this is an important but, we did see earlier that when it comes to say giving teruma, right? We said that you're allowed to give teruma, from yain that's non-mevushal to cover the mevushal, right? Because the yain that's not mevushal is better, but you're not allowed to do the opposite. So how do these two, mishnayot jive together? I think needs to look into it a little more. And that's all for now.